is you're acting very differently than her prey. You're walking up to her on purpose. They don't do that. You're turning around. They don't do that. And then hopefully you are calmly walking away as opposed to running for your lives. The more she sees human beings acting differently than the animals that she eats, the more she's going to understand that we are not an appropriate source of food. She's not going to treat us as such. You're seeing that right now. This is reinforcing it through the repetition of these encounters. We've crafted these encounters very purposefully, studying the patterns of behavior, many of which have become apparent. She's ever deviating from established behaviors. It's been easier for us to understand why and then respond accordingly. And I gotta say, this group so far, all of you have been doing a tremendous job. I like what this group's doing here. Notice how they're wrapping arms around each other. We call that the human shield technique. Really good survival tactic, you guys. Smart, non-threatening way to make yourselves appear a little bit bigger than you are. And you can see that Blue is accustomed to having people coming and going. She's also accustomed to having people hanging out on the side. So for those of you on the side, you're welcome to stay, observe as long as you wish. Same guidelines apply to everybody. I don't believe I mentioned this earlier, but Blue's not trained for physical contact, so we do not recommend reaching out in an attempt to pet her at any point. All she's going to see is an unfamiliar hand or claws coming at her, and she may get way too defensive and take matters into her own hands, or into her mouth, I guess. 84 razor sharp teeth. You don't want any part of you coming into contact with those, trust me. Final encounter of the day today. So if you are on the side and you're debating whether or not you want to come up to the front and get some official documentation, this is going to be one of your last chances to do so. So I highly recommend you join our queue now if that's something that you're thinking about. Great work, everybody. Nicely done. I like that I see Blue moving a little bit. She's not showing any signs of anxiety, nothing like that. But these small movements where she's just staying engaged, it's different than her hunting behavior. If she ever gets very still or very quiet, that can be very concerning because that is in line with the hunting behavior. Ambush hunters, they have to get very still and very quiet in order to successfully hunt. You don't want to see that during these encounters. And we're not so far. You know what? If you guys are feeling nervous, deep breaths. I find that it helps quite a bit. Right over here. At the very beginning, I said she's an empathetic dinosaur. Basically what that means is she's got a tendency to respond to what's happening in front of her. She'll mirror those kinds of energies, essentially. So if you come up here and you're nice and calm, that's only going to increase the chances that she stays calm as well. You come up here with a lot of nervous energy or a lot of noise like the boats down by the lagoon, you're going to get her attention. She might get a little anxious about that. She's shifting her weight a little bit here and there. You know what? Let's just hold the line for just a moment here, vet techs. Great job, you guys. Did we get that documented? We did? Let's have you safely exit. Just want to have you guys back up for a moment. Give her a little bit of space. I don't want to get too aggressive. Yeah, we're agitated here. Anytime she's shifting her weight a little bit, another sign that she's trying to spot her next target potentially. This is good to just give her a moment here to make sure that she feels she's in control. Looks like she might be okay. I hope so. Let's continue here with some caution. They can change their behavior quickly, so just be mentally prepared for that. Happy birthday, Arthur. Thanks for being here today. We've had a lot of people celebrating birthdays. This is definitely a memorable way to do so. Even though that wasn't that much of an escalation here, the fact that this is her final encounter of the day and the fact that she's going to be able to eat, do a hunt here with her sisters immediately following the conclusion of this encounter, we might see a little bit of spicy behavior from her. I'm hoping that's not the case, but just in case, we're going to be a little proactive here. What's been working really well that I want to reiterate is preparation coming forward. So many of you have had those cameras out and ready. I can't tell you what a big difference that makes, because if she's starting to feel hungry, which she very likely is, if you start to take a camera or your phone out of a bag or a pocket, she might think you're getting food. Do not want that kind of misinterpretation to happen right now. And also, she seems to be responding well to group documentation. So if you are here with anybody, great idea to come up all together. It kind of helps us keep the status quo, where she's clearly outnumbered, which means she's going to be less likely to engage in any additional aggressive behavior. She's more than capable of taking care of herself, so don't be fooled for a second that just because there's a lot of us here that she doesn't think she could take us down if she really wanted, but she doesn't want to do that. Like I said, she's curious about people. As long as we don't give her any reason to believe we're here with any ulterior motives, things should be going pretty smoothly. You guys are doing an awesome job. Very, very impressive. Great work. If you guys have questions, let me know as well. Always happy to answer any questions you've got to the best of my ability. Very popular one. How fast does Blue run? 40 miles per hour, easily. And in case you needed a reminder, we cannot do that. So if you're thinking you're going to just run away if things go poorly, don't. She'll get you. And it's only going to inspire her to try to chase you down. What runs away from her? Her prey, her food. If she sees you running away, she might think, maybe that's my next meal. Let me go get it. Easy girl. So like I said, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting a little bit closer to that feeding opportunity. So we're getting close to last call. If you would like to join our queue for official documentation here, last chance of the day. Good job. I like how calmly you did that. You took a moment to kind of take her in, get a first impression, you calmly turn around. That is expertly done. Good job. The more I see Blue calmly scanning the area, the more I can say that she's feeling connected to what's happening right now. She's not trying to plan that next move. Little nuances that we start to see from her. Great work, everybody. Great work. And we do have our vet techs on hand, as I'm sure you see. They're here for your safety and protection as well, not just for our dinos. So if they're giving you guidelines, thank you for continuing to follow those. Nicely done, you guys. Yeah, absolutely. If you are just joining us, feel free to walk right on up to the center. This is what we've deemed our minimum safe distance. This is as close as we feel that you can get and still remain safe in such close proximity to Blue. Now you might notice that I am a lot closer to her than you are. I'm actually within the bounds of the paddock here. That is because she's very used to me. She considers me family because I was one of the first human beings she ever saw shortly after she hatched. That was about 3.5 years ago. So we've had 3.5 years to build a lot of trust and respect with each other. She's meeting you guys for the first time. Or even if you've met her before, unlikely you've had 3.5 years worth of time together. So we keep you on this side, nice and safe. Happy birthday. Nicely done. I gotta say, I think she's really responding very well to this entire group of people. That's right, cameras out and ready, ladies and gentlemen. It certainly makes a difference here. Nicely done. Starting to get a little quiet. Did you have a question? Yeah. Is she real? Yes, she is. This is a 3-year-old velociraptor. This is full grown, by the way. So if you're thinking that's a big dinosaur, she is. This is as big as she is going to get, thank goodness. Certainly not the biggest dinosaur we've got, obviously. But she is almost twice as big as her ancestors were 75 million years ago. Nicely done. Look at the way that you're waving goodbye. Did you think you'd be so friendly with a carnivore today? She's got that effect on people. Last chance. Last call, ladies and gentlemen. Of all the food to bring up, popcorn is probably the safest. We've been talking about her diet. She's probably not going to go after that. I saw someone with a corn dog choosing not to come to the front. Very smart. Very, very smart. Although, to be honest, she knew that that corn dog was close long before I saw it. We're going to go ahead and close the line, which means you guys... Oh, not quite. We have 2 more groups. A couple more groups here. Are you guys all together? Okay, so this is our last group, and based on that vocalization, I don't want to mean it literally, so stay calm, guys. You got this. Eyes forward. If we can get through this, we'll be able to say that we have had yet another casualty-free encounter. That is the hope. And it looks like we haven't done it. Thank you so very much for your participation, everybody. Happy to say nobody got eaten today. Okay, let's keep it that way. Vent-Tex, gates are opening. Blue. Focus, girl. That's it, good. Back it up. Nice and easy. That's it, girl. Good. Vent-Tex, prep the gates.
We hope you enjoyed your time with our Velociraptor today. Your participation in the Raptor program is vital for the safety and training of our animals. We are thrilled to bring you the planet's most exciting and up-close dinosaur encounters, only here at Jurassic World.